You are standing in a grocery store. The meat is wrapped in plastic. It has a barcode. Nothing about it looks like it was ever alive. But your body doesn't know that. Your body still remembers something else entirely. Because for most of human history, meat didn't come wrapped. It came from something that could kill you first. And somehow, again and again, your ancestors won. How? You didn't have claws. You didn't have fangs. Next to a cave lion or a woolly mammoth, an early human was soft, slow, and slightly ridiculous. And yet early humans hunted animals 10 times their size. This wasn't luck. It was a strategy so patient and so brutal that nothing on Earth had ever seen it before. If you can't outrun a lion and you can't outmuscle a mammoth, what's left? Time. Anthropologist Louis Liebenberg studied the sand people of the Kalahari Desert, who still practice something called persistence hunting. A hunter picks one animal from a herd, then starts running. Not fast, just steady. The animal sprints off easily, then has to stop and rest, overheating. The hunter is still coming, still walking. This can go on for hours until the animal simply collapses from heat stroke. Not injury, exhaustion. Here's why that works. You sweat. Evolutionary biologist David Carrier has spent decades studying why humans are almost alone in the animal kingdom for this. Most mammals cool down by panting, which means stopping. Humans cool down through sweat, which means you never have to stop moving. A deer has to rest to catch its breath. You don't. Isn't that strange? The very things that make you feel weak in a gym comparison, no claws, no fur, no fangs, are the same things that once made you the deadliest hunter alive. But chasing an animal is only half the story. First, you had to know exactly where to look. Paleoanthropologist Henry Bunn examined ancient animal bones at Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, covered in cut marks from stone tools. The pattern showed early humans reaching large carcasses before any scavenger got there. Not last. First. That means planning. Understanding migration routes, water sources, the exact moment a herd would be vulnerable. Hunting a mammoth wasn't one brave decision. It was a campaign. Groups would watch a herd for days, looking for the old, the young, the isolated. Healthy adults were nearly impossible to bring down safely, but an animal separated from its herd or driven toward a bog or a cliff edge, that was an opportunity. The landscape itself became a weapon. And when the moment came, they didn't get close. Not at first. A stone-tipped spear, thrown with an atlatl, a simple lever device for the arm, could hit with the force of a small crossbow bolt. A group could wound a massive animal without ever being close enough for it to fight back. This is the part people forget. Early humans weren't brave in the way we imagine, standing toe-to-toe with a beast. They were calculating. They avoided a fair fight every time they could. A dozen hunters spread in a loose circle around a wounded bison, some with spears, some just shouting, driving the animal exactly where the group wanted it to go. It wasn't a battle. It was a slow, coordinated collapse of every advantage the animal had. Why? Because a single injured hunter could mean death for the whole group. No doctor, no way to fight infection. So risk was something to be engineered away, not embraced. There's something almost unsettling about that. Your ancestors looked at the most dangerous animals alive and didn't ask, "Can I beat this in a fight?" They asked, "How do I make sure I never have to?" And that question didn't disappear. It just changed shape. You still do this. You don't run down your problems with brute force. You plan around them. You wait for the right moment instead of charging in unprepared. That instinct to observe, to time things carefully, to avoid an unnecessary fight, it isn't caution. It's inheritance. Somewhere in your nervous system is the same patience that once tracked a wounded animal for hours across open ground. You don't hunt mammoths anymore, but the part of your brain that once did hasn't gone anywhere. You are standing in a grocery store. The meat is wrapped in plastic, it has a barcode, and it looks like nothing ever had to be outsmarted to get it there. But you already know better now.